Salam and hello everyone. I'm Dr. Husna. I'm going to be teaching you HRM659 Industrial Relations. For today, we're going to look at chapter 1, which is the Introduction to Industrial Relations System in Malaysia. So, what is industrial relations? What do you know about industrial relations? What is industrial relation? Well, basically, industrial relation is the relationship between an employer and employee. To maintain a harmonious relationship in organization, the relationship of employer and employee must be tip-top. So therefore, the definition is industrial relation is the relationship between an employer and his employee, especially where employees are the members of trade union. In Malaysia, industrial relation is also known as employment relations and also labor relations. So watch out. For example, in the test or in the exam, the question might ask you, define employment relations, and you will go, oh no, I have not studied about employment relation. Well, employment relations and labor relation is basically another name for industrial relations. Okay? So, what is the purpose of IR, industrial relations? Well, the purpose of IR is to unite employers and employees as one big happy family, right? Whereby the relationship is harmonious. It's like in your family, your mother, your siblings, and also yourself. Okay, in the past, you have learned about Malaysian employment law, which is governed by the Employment Act 1965. So for IR is governed by the Industrial Relations Act 1967. It is the guide and also the regulations of the relations between employer and employees, as well as to curb the trade dispute from happening out of control. Okay, who can tell me the focus of industrial relations? Well, the focus of industrial relation is to maintain the relationship between employers and the trade union. I have repeated this 3 times now, so by now you should be having it in your mind already, okay? All right, and also it is also to focus on the law relating to employment. Okay, I know in the past you have already learned about employment law, but those are the things that you learn about are more on the technical parts. So now in industrial relation, it's more on the application of the law that you have learned in employment law, right? And the third one is to learn about the disciplinary procedure and termination of employment. So what are the importance of industrial relations? All right, why do you need to learn about industrial relations? It's not just to merely pass your degree, and it's a requirement, all right? But it's basically to develop your knowledge. When you have graduated later, you are going to be an employee and you will have an employer. Or you could be an employer yourself, whereby you have your own company. Inshallah, I mean, for those who really look forward to have their own company. But basically, industrial relations, as we know, are the harmonious relationship between employer and employee. Therefore, imagine this. You are working in a factory and your employer gave all the benefits that you needed and you are happy with the benefits. So you work without any hesitance. So that is what is meant by uninterrupted production. Imagine if your boss give you a limited time to work and not enough gaji, cuti tak cukup, hospital tak apa-apa jadi panel, so you are not happy. So when you're not happy, you and your friends will start to go on strike. So when you go on strike, the production will be interrupted, right? Meaning of production being interrupted is that bila you kerja dekat kilang, you kena buat kerja, you kena buat barang. Lepas tu bila you tak happy, you pergi buat strike, maka pembuatan barang-barang itu telah terganggu. Okay. Dan point seterusnya ialah reduce wastage. Okay. When you are happy and you work happily with no interruption in your production, so it will reduce wastage, right? Okay. And next, reduction in industrial dispute. When you are happy with your employer, you are highly unlikely to do things that are bad for the companies, like example of industrial disputes. You don't wish to go to do bad things to the company and stuff. So that's it, right? And high morale. When you are happy with your employer, you tend to respect each other. So that builds up high morale among employers and employees. Last but not least is mental revolution. Okay, who needs to study about industrial relations? Apart from you guys as a student, that's gonna be HR practitioner, employee in the future, the workers, right? The workers needs to know about industrial relation, the managers, trade union leaders, lawyers, and also human resources specialists. So in Malaysia, it practices tripartite industrial relation system, which involve three parties which are all interrelated: the employers, the employees and their trade unions, and last but not least is the government. It might seem like there are four parties involved, but actually there's three. I repeat: number one, employers; number two, employees and their trade union; and number three, the government. So, who are the key players in the Malaysian industrial relations? Well, we have five here. Number one, National Labour Advisory Council, NLAC; Ministry of Human Resources, MOHR; Malaysian Trade Union Congress, MTUC; Malaysian Employers Federation, MEF; and last but not least, International Labour Organization, which is the ILO. Okay, now for your assignment, you need to find out what are these key players and what do they do. Okay, so all you need to do is find out the information and put it on YouFuture. I will set up the class later and I will inform you in the WhatsApp. Right? Thank you. So what are the roles of the government in industrial relations system in Malaysia? Number one is to protect the welfare of the workers. Number two is to promote the good relationship between employer and employee through a peaceful system, and to assist the unemployed to find employment, and also to conduct national level human resource planning with the NLAC. Learning about industrial relations makes us closely related to the Ministry of Human Resources, right? So there are four departments that play key role in the industrial relations, which is the Department of Industrial Relations, of course, Department of Labour, Department of Trade Union Affairs, and also Department of Occupational Safety and Health. Now, what you need to do here is to see what are the relationship between IR and this department. This is to generate your mind. This is also going to be your assignment for chapter 1. Last but not least, there are also other key agencies that are also related to the industrial relations system in Malaysia, and they are the Employee Social Security Organisation, which is SOCSO, Employees Provident Fund, EPF, and Department of Trade Union Affairs, DTUA, and last but not least, the Industrial Court. Now, this is also an assignment for you to tie up why are these organizations are closely related to the Malaysian industrial relation system. Remember, industrial relation is a harmonious relationship between employers and employees. Good luck with your assignment. Thank you.